Hello, it's Darren from Grills Plants here in Cornwall in the UK. Today is being filmed on the 13th of October. So autumn is well and truly with us. So now's the time for us here in the UK to actually be sowing Astrantia. So today I'm sowing Astrantia major. So as you can see, it's a very cottage garden flower. When it finishes flowering, you can actually cut them back and they should reflower again during the summer. So yeah, they will tolerate partial shade and sun, really, dapple shade as well. So we're sowing these today in our potting shed. I'm showing you the view over our back wall. We're near our potting shed, so it's raining, bit of fog, bit of mist, high up. Yeah, so good day to be in the potting shed. So I use, as I've mentioned before, a raw compost. It's compost which is made here in Cornwall in just a biodigester on a farm. So it's raw compost, and then what we add to it, we added a bit of grit and sand to it. So you can see the grit and sand in that. That will give it good drainage and it'll stop it clogging so much. As you can see, you can pull it together, look like that, and it goes loose, so it's not like clayish at all. And that's what you want in a potting compost, seed compost. So here's the tray. What I've done, put the compost in, use my little trowel just to level it off and a light touch on that. And I've already now put the seeds, and as you can see, I've put them a little way apart from each other. And then what I've done is I've gone round with this one and then just lightly press them in, so the seed has then got contact with the compost. Next job is we're going to do a very light covering. So with the covering, you know, no more than the depth of the seed. So imagine if you were sowing Rebecca, which are almost like grains of salt. I wouldn't even cover that, but these is going to be a light covering, so just a little bit, not a lot, just enough to cover, no more than. And when we're finished, we're going to give it another little tap down. Don't press hard, just a light little tap for the top of the compost. Is now going to make good contact with the seed, so both sides of the seed now has got good contact. Now we're not going to actually water this because the seeds are quite fine and I don't want them to move. I'm going to put it in some water, the tray, and let it soak for 20 minutes. So outside, this is a plastic tray which would normally be a lid. Half filled it with water. You can see the water levels there. That water level is going to soak it up into this compost, come back in 20 minutes and be ready. In the meantime, I'm going to go away and I'm going to do a little label so I know what it is. So there's my stick, Astrantia, the date, and it's called Major Shaggy. In it goes. And there we are, we'll let it soak for 20 minutes. So Astrantia, let's talk about that then. So it's a real cottage garden plant in my opinion. I don't think any cottage garden could be complete without Astrantia. So we're sowing two today. So we're sowing the major shaggy, and we're also sowing this one here, which is supernova. So it's, as I said, it's the 13th of October. For me, this time of year, anytime from now into mid-November, is a good time to sow Astrantia because it does need that cold period to actually germinate. So it's not going to germinate in a few weeks' time or a month's time, highly unlikely. What I don't want to do with Astrantia either is put it in a greenhouse, especially a heated greenhouse. So it's going to be outside on a rack in all winds and weathers, and then because it's got that dormancy period, I would imagine by sometime April the little seedlings will appear. As days then become longer, the evening temperatures become warmer, and it does need that Astrantia. You can try and mimic it with stratification in a fridge. I don't get much success that way. This is a very patient project growing Astrantia. It's a case of I've sowed it October. I'm not going to get any benefit from anything probably appearing until early April at the earliest. So that is the reason we are sowing Astrantia today, for its dormancy that it needs. Now, if you've got a cold frame, you could always leave it in the cold frame over the winter period. I don't bother with a cold frame. I haven't got one. I've got a bit of a sheltered area with racking. That's where it'll stay, and just leave it be. And then, as I said, maybe early April, you get the little seedlings, and then when they've got adult leaves, good sets of adult leaves, that's the time to repot them. That would be a good time to repot them and let them grow naturally. So there you are, Astrantia. So wherever you are in the world, autumn is a good time. Autumn heading into winter is a good time to sow Astrantia.